Hey folks, I know I've got this whole like talking at a camera thing going on again, but it's not my fault this time. I was challenged to that person behind the games challenge by Winter Zan, a great YouTuber lady. That sounds terrible. I'm sorry, Zan. A great YouTuber who is way more talented than me, so I'm honored to be nominated by her. But yeah, so I'm supposed to give you 10 facts about myself that you might not know. Some of it might be a repeat because I'm not terribly closed off about myself. So here's fact number 1. I am half deaf. It's not really a big deal to me. I've been that way since I was born. So I don't know what it's like to, have both ears working, but it's something that a lot of people don't know because I don't make a big deal about it. I was in choir for 6 years and it never really came up except for requesting myself to be put at the far side of the tenor section so that I could actually hear my people. And sometimes my mom forgets and she tries to whisper in my deaf ear, which is funny. But yeah, so that's a pretty simple one to start. I want to try to kind of get progressively more deep. Fact 1.5, I have brat cats. Fact 2, I have a past in theater. It was a big part of my life back in high school and a little bit into college. I actually went to college with a theater major. He's playing with a thing down there. 1 second. I actually went to college as a theater major. That's kind of where I learned it wasn't my calling. I love it. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and sometimes I get tempted, but my schedule's a little full. It's just not really something I could see myself making money doing. I'm not good enough at it, even though I enjoy it. It's kind of like this YouTube thing, I don't see myself getting too big, but I love doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it. If I had the time to keep doing theater, I would totally still be doing it. My favorite is Shakespeare. I've been in 4 Shakespeare plays, and I loved all of them. I think he has such a cool way of speaking, and if you can interpret the language and kind of, make it your own, it's just so beautiful. And I wish that I could change language the same way he does. It speaks to me in a way that not a lot of other theatrical or even cinematic things can. Fact 3. Yeah, 3. I also have a history with video work. This YouTube channel is not my first rodeo, as they say here. This is not my first time holding a camera, working with a camera, editing, anything like that. I got my first camera when I was 13, I think. And I immediately started working on random little things, editing in Windows Movie Maker, just because it was free and it was fun. I actually worked on quite a few things over the years. In my senior year of high school, me and my friends put together these little skits while we were waiting to go on stage in our theater stuff. We actually had a little improv group back then that pretty much died after that first year, because we all graduated. But it was a lot of fun. In college, I actually directed a few different plays and movies, short little films that I wrote and directed and basically did everything for. But I had a lot of great help and it was really fun. Unfortunately, I have very little evidence of any of this. I also worked for a news station back in college, which was a lot of fun and really good resume builder if I ever want to do this professionally. Because kind of fun fact, 3.5, I actually got paid to make a local commercial for that news station. It was for this pharmacy who commissioned the news station to do a commercial for them, And since I was like the head of original programming, I think was my title, I got to make the commercial and I got like $50 for it. So that was really cool that I can, put on my resume that I made a professional commercial. I also made a few other things like a talk show with my friend Xander, but unfortunately that didn't go anywhere. The original programming title was kind of a joke, but the commercial came out of it, so it wasn't all bad. But I don't have that either. They own it. Fact 4 is kind of a goofy one. I've actually won 2 like pageant type things. When I was, I think, like 3 or 4 years old, I won the Little Mr. Audrain County. I'll put up a picture of me on here as a cute little kid with my sash. But yeah, my mom still has that framed in her hallway. I think it's her most proud moment of me because it all kind of went downhill from there. But then senior year of high school, I also won the Mr. JC like talent show kind of thing. It was just anyone that wanted to be in it could, and we did like a talent portion where I sang. We had like a question and answer thing, kind of like with the Miss America and all that. It was really goofy. I wore a onesie on stage, like a footy onesie, and also I think that's the right word. I got like a full pajama. Is that a onesie? I don't know. And I also wore silk heart boxers on stage. I think I had shorts underneath them, but still, I was wearing boxers on like a Hawaiian shirt. It was ridiculous. It was like one of my like favorite moments of high school because I wasn't that popular. I never really like socialized that well, which I'll get to. But yeah, I blew away like these super popular people and won that competition, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it was senior year, so not a lot of upward momentum to go from there, but I at least made my mark. I'm in the yearbook. Fact number 5. I just wanted to give a quick explanation of my love of Zelda. Pretty much anyone that knows me knows that I love Zelda. This blanket back here is actually a branded Zelda blanket. I have all the Zelda amiibo. I've got the Zelda Special Edition Wii U. I had the Zelda Special Edition 3DS XL until I got my new one. Basically, if there is something Zelda, I'd probably have it. And it seems like just kind of a silly obsession, but it's actually really close to my heart. Because when I was a kid, my parents got divorced when I was really young. And so I would spend every other weekend at my dad's house, which was actually my aunt's house because he lived with her. And so he would just kind of piddle away his life. And me and my brother would have to kind of entertain ourselves. So my aunt had a regular Nintendo, and she would always play Zelda on it. Like just play through the game in one sit down, and then play through the second quest. And so we kind of grew up watching her and learning Zelda from that. And then she got an SNES with Link to the Past, and so we started playing that. Then we got our own SNES and then our own 64 with Ocarina of Time. And it was always just kind of a bonding thing with me and my brother. Because we didn't really have anyone else. We were just by ourselves with our games. So Zelda was really close to my heart. Same with Metroid, Mega Man, a few other key series growing up. But for some reason, Zelda's just kind of stayed the main one. And a lot of people that just see me like, oh, you're a Zelda fan, like they don't get, the history of it with me. But it'll always be really important between me and my brother as kind of a, something that we share. We're not that similar to each other, so that's one thing that we'll always have. Fact number 6. I'm bad at socializing. I kind of already said it, but actually my current degree is in business and like advertising and marketing, which is funny because I just don't know how to talk to people. I love people. Like, I always say I hate them, but I think I'm actually afraid of them, just because I don't really know what I'm doing. But once I get to know someone, like, it's super easy. I'll just, strike up a conversation about whatever, and it's fine. But I generally assume that if someone has something to say, they'll say it. So I'll just share whatever's on my mind, and then if nothing is said in response, then the conversation is over to me. I don't know how to ask questions. I don't understand small talk. To me, communication is a way of conveying a message, and that's about it. I'm trying to get better at it. Twitter's actually helped me quite a bit because it's kind of forcing me to get to know people. If I want to grow my channel, I have to kind of put myself out there and say, hey, how are you? Like, what do you like? Would you want to check out my channel? That kind of thing. I try not to be too pushy about it because I hate that, but I'm trying to make sure that I know everyone that follows me and everyone that subscribes to me, and that's kind of helping me understand communication better. But I still just, most of the time, if I'm around a person, I'll say the bare minimum and then just do what I need to do. Especially in the workplace, I'm really bad at just, going in, saying hi, giving my speech, and then going about my business. I don't know. I've never seen like communication as mandatory. I tend to just kind of talk when it's necessary, and then let like nonverbals and things like that take over. That kind of leads me to my next point. Number 7, I'm a people watcher. Since I don't really like talking to people, I tend to just pick up things from looking at them. Well, not looking straight at them, that's creepy. But, watching them interact with each other and picking up context clues from that. So if I do need to make a conversation, I can kind of already have a little bit of information. It's not just like going up to someone and like, hey, how's the weather? And hoping you become best friends from that. I like to have some kind of knowledge going in. So especially it helps on the internet because most people have some kind of profile. So you can kind of glean some information and then start with a shared interest or something like that. That really helps me. And plus, I just think people are fascinating, for better or worse. And my job actually is, I don't want to talk about it too much, because I don't think it's really appropriate, but my job basically has me going into stores, and so I see a lot of customers, interacting with the store clerks and things like that. And so it's fascinating to me, the different kinds of people that go into these stores and like how they view the world, their opinions, things like that. Again, for better or worse. But yeah, I've always kind of been happy on the sidelines, which is why I wasn't that popular in high school, and I'm still not that popular. And to kind of bring things down a bit, point number 8. I kind of already touched on it, but I'm not a big fan of my father. He's alive, last I checked, but I haven't talked to him in quite a while. Growing up, like I said, I was kind of forced to go over there every other weekend, except the weekends when he was just too trashed to care, or occasionally when he was spending a night in jail. And so I never really got that close to him, and when I did, he would like leave my life unexplained for a year and then come back whenever he was feeling better and try to be a dad again. And I don't really like that. I realized a long time ago that I don't really need a father. I'm 26 years old. I think I've learned everything that I need to learn from a father figure, and I don't know, I'm good. There was a while where it really hurt and kind of, got to my head during those prime growing years, but I'm better now. I'm close to my girlfriend's dad. He's an amazing guy, and I mean, my mother is incredible and easily worth 2 parents. So I'm good. I just thought it was worth mentioning. It is a fact. It's something that's always been, a part of me, so I wanted to share it. Fact 9. My friends are everything to me. I am a very loyal person. I will do anything if you give me the time of day. Most of my closest friends I've known for at least 10 years. Anyone that I've met in the last few years, not as close to, still am, but they'll never be the same as those people I've known since elementary school or middle school, because they've stuck it out through thick and thin, and I'm not always the easiest person to deal with, as I'm sure my family and my girlfriend and those same friends could attest to. So if you are willing to put up with me, I will give you the world. Nothing is more important to me than that. So just, know if you're out there, watching this and you've, been a friend to me, like even if you've just commented on a YouTube video or subscribed without saying anything to me, like you are important to me. You're why I do this. You are ideally, people that I'd love to interact with in the future if I haven't yet. Sorry, I've gotten kind of behind on that. It's something I need to work on, but yeah, I love all of you, and I love my friends and my family, and that's really all there is to say about that, but I can't reiterate it enough. I've already touched on this a little bit, but fact number 10, I have the best mom in the world. I'm sure everyone thinks that, but I really do. Like, she has been a single mom for as long as I can remember, aside from a second marriage where she was pretty much still a single mom, but also a babysitter of her husband. But yeah, so she has easily filled the roles of both mom and dad to two sons who were well raised. Well, one son who was well raised and another who... No, I can't even be mean. My brother's great too. But the fact that my mom raised both of us and is still more successful than I am, or was at her age, really, because it's not fair to compare myself to a 50-year-old. I mean, of course she's going to be more successful than me, but the fact that she was more successful at my age than I am now, despite raising two kids at that time, is amazing. But because of us, she lost out on a lot of opportunities when she was younger. And for example, she didn't get her full degree, at the actual college age that most people do. She got associates while, I think, pregnant with my brother, and then quit school to focus on, family and a job and everything like that. Later in life, she decided to go back to school for her job, and not only did she complete school before I did, even though we went in at about the same time, she also completed it with a 3.9 GPA, while also still raising her family. Now she's 50. I know, she's gonna hate that I'm sharing her age over the internet. Oh no. After everything she's been through, she's not letting any of it get her down. She goes out, she, has fun with her friends. She probably, gets out of the house and goes, partying or dancing or whatever more often than I do. And she has a full-time job and has to still be a mom occasionally. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself grown up enough to not need my mom anymore. But yeah, I cannot give her enough credit for the person that I am. And I wanted to end my facts with that because it's the most important one. So this was just a little idea of me and my family and my friends. I actually didn't really think about how to end this video. I could bring in a cat, I guess. I usually do, but they're being butts, so. I think I'm just gonna say thank you for making it this far. If you feel closer to me, cool. Put something down in the comments about, about things we have in common, things you found interesting, things you want to share about yourself. I'm always wanting to get to know you guys. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. I know this isn't a traditional video, but there's others. Go watch those and subscribe. And until next time, have fun. Hey guys, this is awkward, but I forgot to tag anyone until I was already editing. So real quick, I challenge Red Thread Gaming, Tomfoolery and Durkin, Lobster Pajamas, and Bloodshot Kai to do this challenge next. Sorry if any of you have already done it. I didn't have time to check that. But if you did do it, pass it on to someone else that you know, and we'll just keep the chain going. Thanks.